This is Matt Russell, and welcome to the DailyFX forum.
So here are the four pairs that I will be discussing this evening: the Euro Pound, the Aussie Kiwi, the Pound Swiss, and the Euro Swiss. So let's go ahead and pull up the charts. The first chart is the Euro Pound. If you recall, during the past several reports, I've highlighted two areas of potential resistance and support. The resistance level near the 87 figure and the support level just beneath the 84 figure. So right now prices just above the 86 figure, so we might look for the 87 area again to act as resistance. We might look to enter maybe a few pips beneath the line with a stop maybe 30 to 40 pips above the line. The next chart is the Aussie Kiwi, and if you recall during last week's reports I added this channel line a few days back, and we could see that prices did sell off and in fact did touch this line. So this line did hold actually just within a few pips, so if you were listening to my previous reports and you were waiting, hopefully you did get an entry at this line. I'd continue to hold this position right now and place my stop maybe about 20 to 30 pips beneath the lower line here, but ideally what I would like to do is actually hold this position until we have a close beneath this channel line. As I was mentioning during the past several reports, I did expect this line to act at least as initial support and to get about a 100 pip bounce off that line. That's exactly what has happened so far, so keep that in mind. We might look to take profits on the next move above the high here, which is about the 2330 area. So we might look maybe the 2350, maybe 2380 area as a potential location to take profits. The other thing that I might mention is that a doji has formed during yesterday's candle. Drafted a doji. That's why I'm a little more bullish right now than I was before. As I just mentioned earlier, I was expecting at least an initial 100 pip bounce, but this doji, and we also have the potential for this to be a morning star reversal pattern, depending where this daily candle closes. If this daily candle closes above that 123.50 area, or even let's say 123.30 area, that would confirm the morning star reversal, and then the upside could be considerably higher. So I would go ahead and actually hold this position right now, even if we do make it up to that 2350 area, maybe 2380 area, and just see how this daily candle closes. However, if you don't have a position and you are flat right now, it might represent a little bit too much risk, especially if you're going to wait for a close beneath. So that's something, it really depends on your individual risk parameters. The next chart is the Pound Swiss, and still just waiting for prices to come down and test the longer term support line. I mentioned that if you did enter the short trade here, I missed this trade personally, but if you did enter the short trade here based on the double top that I mentioned a few reports back, I mentioned to exit that position on the next leg down, which we did have this candle right here, and now it looks like prices are positioning themselves to test the longer term support line. So right now I'd recommend no position and wait for prices to come down and test this line here. We would look to enter maybe just a few pips above that line or at that line with a stop, maybe 50 to 75 pips beneath that line. The last chart is the Euro Swiss, and we did have some action on this chart. Unfortunately, during the last several reports, I highlighted this evening star reversal pattern, and I was mentioning how we might use that, or that could be the impetus for a move down to this longer term support line right here. However, prices did just blow right through that line and actually close beneath it. So I wanted to zoom in here, and the most important thing to learn in trading is how to exit trades, especially if your analysis was wrong. So in this case, it's not like the support line was wrong, but the market clearly did not adhere to the support line. So what we would do, we'd look to enter, as I mentioned, at or maybe just above the line, maybe near the 52.10 area, and then we would exit the trade right here at about the 51.75 area. So that's how you would handle this trade right now. Obviously being wrong in the trade, but entering the trade, adhering to your risk parameters, and then exiting the trade and not looking back, or giving the pair then a few days for things to materialize for the next trading opportunity to set up. So that's where I am right now with this pair, and let me zoom out here, give you a much broader perspective. This is the longer term resistance line that prices did break out above, and this is the shorter term support line that prices did violate. What we might do now, assuming we have, let's say, another close beneath that level, is we can move this line down here and we can see that that's a nice, actually perfect triangle. So that's what I might do right now. I would keep this line, the original line, up for just a little bit longer, just in case prices do rebound sharply from this point. But if they don't, these would be the new the resistance lines and support lines that I would be using for the pair. Again, my name is Matt Russell, and stay tuned for a preview of the DailyFX forum. I want to go ahead and formally welcome everybody to the DailyFX forum. And I want to explain a little bit about the forum and the wealth of information that you can obtain from the forum, and how to go about doing so, how to find the things you want. So I'm just going to dive right in right now, and this is DailyFX.com, and this is usually how I navigate my way towards the forums. Obviously, you know, it really depends on each individual how they access the forums, but this is how I go ahead and do it. I go DailyFX.com, go ahead and click on the forum on top, and this brings you to the DailyFX forum homepage, and this highlights the most recent posts with the subject. So if you see anything that you're interested in, you can obviously go ahead and click. What I like to do is click on the forums tab like this, and go ahead and view the forums in the normal, typical way that forums are set up. And here you go, there are a bunch of threads down here. And I'm just going to go ahead and go directly to the forum, the video you just viewed, where you viewed it. So let's go ahead. This is the DailyFX Instructor Tips Forum, identifying trades with DailyFX. That's me. And go ahead and click on the most recent post. So this is where you are right now viewing the video, although the video will be the video beneath this one that you're watching right now. So normally when I'm on the forums, and what I would do is just scroll up to the top. Certainly you can check out any of my previous videos, and you know, especially if I did mention them in the report or in the video that you're viewing at that moment. And what I will do is go ahead and click on the forums, and then look for the forums that I like, you know, that I have interest in. One of them would be the Euro-Dollar forum, and this, again, it's really up to each individual trader as to exactly how they want to use the forum. Personally, what I like to do, the first thing I do is I'll go to the Euro-Dollar thread, I'll go and click on the latest post. And what I'll do here is, and again, I just want to, you know, really emphasize this point. It depends on your exact mindset when you're viewing. And me as a trader, I have some experience. So what I do and how I personally use the forum is I go through and I'll read what people are saying about the euro, what their trade ideas are. I certainly, you know, try to maintain my own individual objectivity, and I really don't pay much attention to what other traders are saying in terms of my trading. I'm not going to certainly see something on a forum and then go jump into a trade, but what it will do, it will open my eyes to certain trading opportunities, maybe a certain line or a certain time frame that I haven't looked at before. So that's one way that I personally like to utilize the DailyFX forum. But certainly for newer traders, there are plenty of topics that you can go over. Let's say, you know, you might not be well versed in terms of certain currency pairs that you want to learn about. Scalping, you might not know what Elliott wave is. You can go ahead and click there and see exactly what you can, you know, what you can understand, what you might not understand, and then certainly feel free to ask questions about any of these topics that you have. Maybe the carry trade, maybe you have some questions about that, or the sentiment, the SSI, or the latest economic news, FX programmers, the webinars, MT4. Any questions about active trader, you can go ahead and click on those threads. So again, it's very free, very open, and there is a wealth of information here and just waiting for to be utilized. Again, this is Matt Russell. Thank you for listening.